This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mins. It was 10:30 at night on a Tuesday. She was the closing act. She sat in the back of her rental with her Gibson G00. It had no pickups, so she was relying on the amplification of the microphone over the PA. The sound engineer would have to balance her vocals with that of her guitar. This, amongst many other variables, made her pulse race. She was an orphan, a newly established orphan at the age of 32. She had worked as a legal secretary at a suburban law firm 10,000 kilometers away. She lived an ordinary life that was maintained by the love and companionship she shared with her parents. When her father died first, her bond with her mother strengthened. They were all they had left. Now that her mother had passed, she had nothing. She used her inheritance to send herself to Los Angeles and took a cab from the airport to the Sunset Strip. This was before she had even established accommodation. She made acquaintances with the manager, who was receptive to her request to be placed on the bill of the next available gig night. This was her dream, to fly out to the Strip just like she had seen as a kid watching the music videos on a Saturday morning. Axl Rose arrived in the jungle with fame and fortune. Now she would do the same. The manager informed her of the pay-to-play scheme that allowed entry to the stage of this historic venue. Kelly agreed to the terms and paid the $400 deposit, plus a percentage of the door, on the spot. She had lined up her bucket list expertly. She felt slight drops of rain dampen the asphalt and looked up to the incandescent streetlight illuminating the car park above. She felt as if it was shining a halo upon her. She wanted a taste of her childhood, where she was safe to listen to her music and imagine herself in that position, with her mother cheering her on adjacent to the television, strumming a tennis racket. She looked at her phone. It was 10:33. She took a deep breath. She strummed her Gibson. A vibrant open D rang out into the car park and beyond the Strip. She strolled into the back loading dock behind the stage. She looked out into the darkened venue beyond. She was following a death metal band from Arizona. She shared equal billing on the marquee, the Killer Crown Frenzy. They were on to their final song before she was to take the stage they had left for her in a sweaty, ragged state. They were safe behind their amplified instruments. She was vulnerable behind nothing more than 2 microphones and raw metallic strings in open D. She had maybe 5 songs she had written in the past 3 years. She didn't know how well they would sound in circumstances that were outside her bedroom. The final note of the Ibanez guitar rang out of the death metal guitarist's B string. There were pockets of applause. The place was mostly empty. There was no A&R guy in the back waiting to spot her and make a deal. There was her chasing a dream of her childhood. Like a Roman gladiator born a century too late, she was in the right place at the wrong time. There was nothing here for her but spoiled memories. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Sydney, Australia, put your hands together for Kelly Toledano, yelled out the engineer. Kelly took the stage to lesser applause than her predecessors. She didn't bother to re-announce herself. She strummed an open D and began her song. She sang her heart out in front of whoever was around. She lost herself in her performance. It helped take her mind off the constant self-consciousness that barraged her self-esteem. She was one with that stage, 10,000 miles from home, 10,000 years from pain, 10 million centuries from significance. She made her mark, and only she would remember it. Maybe that was enough.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.